Welcome, everybody, to the Miami Sharks season preview 2025. This is the second season in franchise history, the sophomore season for the Sharks in the league called Major League Rugby. So the things to go over from last season, which we already talked about back in June, I believe. This was all that craziness with the Florida Panthers Stanley Cup final. But also that season, the Sharks were still battling for a playoff spot. It also really did not get in the first season. But when we look at this season coming along, this should be the better season, and I'll explain why. At least in my opinion. So I'm going to look at the roster real quick. First things foremost, there were a lot of re-signings, a lot of signings. The Sharks didn't do much until probably in October. This is months after the season is finished. This is probably the free agency type of thing. And in that time span, which I will talk about, I probably should have done a breaking news videos and the Sharks videos right then. But I think I think it's better now. We can catch up on it. But if they have re-signed the following players: Mateus Orlando, Santiago Videla, who is that kicker, and the points are the highest points score in the Sharks season alone. Benjamin Bonasso, who is back. Sean McNulty is back. Rick Rose, who was our draft pick in last year's. Thomas Kubeli is a big one, who is back. Thomas Inciarte is back. Shane O'Leary is also back. Kirby Myhill is back, also re-signed with the team. Thomas Cesares, if I butcher, I apologize, sir. Alec McDonnell is back. Jonas Petrokopoulos is back. And Marcos Young is also back. Chase Score Haskin is back, who also re-signed with the team. Joshua McAdam is back. Situ Val is back, who's been pretty good. Damian Morley is back. Alex Tucci is back. If I said it wrong, I apologize. Connor Burns is also back. Isaac Biles is back. Is there one more? I think that's it. I think that's all the re-signings. Those are the followings. The free agent signings, the new players that came in from the other teams and the international signings are the following. Here are the new players. Make Multi is a new player that's coming in from the Pacific Islands. So we welcome him. Martin Elias, who is a brand new player, probably a good one. Thomas Kubila is a new player signed. He is from a latest Buenos Aires Rugby League player. Buenos Aires, a Brazilian player who is now part of the Sharks team. A pretty big signing, in my opinion. Ronan Foley is also a new signing. That is the eighth man. And I think is either that one or the little bit after that. Marcus Foilon. If I said it wrong, I apologize. He's also a new signee. I think there's one more. Federico Gutierrez is also a new player signed. Moro Reboson, if I said it wrong, I apologize once again. Marcos Garay, if I said it wrong, I apologize as well. Calvin Ihrig, if I said it wrong, I apologize. Lutuaro Soto is also a new player. And Zachary Bestres is also a new signee. Those are the players in the offseason that we have either re-signed or signed new players from the international signings or somewhere in the league like the Dallas Jackals and many more. But yeah, I apologize if I get the names wrong. It's hard. It's hard. So the coaches remain the same. We have the same head coach. The Sharks are definitely looking to bounce back from the inaugural season. They're still going to be played in the same field across street from Chase Stadium. I think it's now going to be called Baptist Health Community Field. So that's a new name. It used to be called All Nation Sports Field across street. It's just internet. It's just Inter Miami's practice facilities, a bunch of fields, but one of them is a community field that other lower league soccer tier teams, I believe, use in that stadium. But but rugby team is using that stadium, that field, for now until at least next season, and that's a big question mark. Where are they going to play next season? Are they going to continue to play in that community field? Because knowing Inter Miami, they're going to be moving to the new stadium, Miami Freedom Park, next season. We'll talk about that in the next video when the time comes. That's a whole separate video, and then I'll bring up the Sharks because I think that's an important question mark. Is where's this team going to play? Are they going to play at that practice facility still? Will that be their main home, or are they going to move to Chase Stadium? Those are the big question marks for next season. But for now, when we don't have to talk about that because we're gonna play rugby soon. So nothing to say. Nothing really to say here other than it's rugby time. So in terms of the schedule, I'm looking at their social media. The first game is Saturday, February 15th, 6 p.m. against Old Glory DC. I heard the game is sold out. The game is sold out, and for a home opener, that's crazy good. That's awesome. That is absolutely amazing to see. And honestly, when the game grows in South Florida, I think it's a really positive note here that people care about rugby. At least I think so. At least I think so. But if more people are aware of the game in the professional team, then more people will go to the games. But one thing that stands out, you gotta have a good team first, and I think this season they can do it. But they start off with Old Glory DC this Saturday. It's at 6 p.m. February 23rd is a Sunday game between the Sharks and NOLA Gold. So New Orleans, Louisiana Gold. And the first away game is a Wednesday game. And MLR kind of have an interesting schedule format that they're going to have some games in midweek, like Wednesday, and shockingly, it's Wednesday too. I don't know why you want to put the game in midweek, but regardless, the game is going to be at Anthem. So Charlotte, North Carolina, we're going to be playing against Anthem RC at February 28th. Is that a Wednesday? No, it's a Friday. Oops, that's a Friday game. So my mistake. So Friday, it's February 28th, 7:30. Kickoff March 7th. So originally this game was on March 8th, 6 p.m., but they changed that one to March 7th, 7:30, also a Friday game. That one is against Chicago Hounds. So maybe a little revenge from last year. I don't know. March 15th, that is a Saturday game against the Utah Warriors. So both teams back to back. I've seen the Sharks play against. Then the week after that is Saturday game against the San Diego Legion. The game that we should have won in Miami, but ended up losing the heartbreak. That is going to be in San Diego, California. But that game is at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Hopefully it is 7 p.m. Eastern time, because the idea of staying up past like midnight to watch a game it's hard enough already, as I had to do that many times. But something tells me it might not be. It might not be. But anyway, there's a bye week. So week 7 is the bye week. Week 8, we go up to April 6th. We go up to New England Free Jacks, defending champs, back-to-back champs. That is going to be tough to do, as Free Jacks are always that dominant team, apparently so. Then come on home, we play against Houston SaberCats. Also a darn good team. That is a April 12th game. The April 12th game. The next game is April 19th against Old Glory in D.C. Or Virginia. I think it was in Virginia, actually. I forgot which one. I forgot where it is, though. We have to win in D.C. because last time we should have won in D.C. We didn't do that. But the following game is against Anthem in South Florida. Then the following game is against Chicago Hounds up in SeatGeek Stadium. I think it's still in SeatGeek Stadium. Then the following matchup is against NOLA Gold. So last season, we shockingly beat them on the road, and NOLA returned a favor at home. So I'm not sure where it stands off with that. The game against New England Free Jacks is the following next game. That's always a tough game to watch as well. So maybe we might be able to pull it off at home again, but every game is different. As the Sharks did beat the Free Jacks 19-5 in the preseason, but it's just preseason. We care more about the regular season. May 23rd, we go back to Los Angeles. Hopefully we write a different story in Los Angeles. Then next game, San Diego Legion again. And then the final game of the regular season is against Seattle Seawolves. I do not anticipate a victory there as Star Lake Stadium. I think it's Starlink. I forgot what name is it called, but it's something with Star. It's really a complex. That's a West Coast game. That's a 9 p.m. start. So in terms of my predictions, they should do a little bit better than last season. You got to have big wins, obviously. I think a big win against, you beat Old Glory, I think you have to, right? But a big wins, to me, I feel like it should be NOLA Gold. Anthem, you could probably beat. Chicago's a bigger one that you have to win against. Utah, San Diego, you could probably get away with. But if you could beat New England once and maybe San Diego once, you might be okay. And we can probably make the playoffs. Notice I never said Dallas Jackals. Unfortunately, they have folded. That's just unfortunate what happened with Dallas. So I'm not sure what happens with them. So I don't know, man. But yeah, no, that's my prediction. You should beat Old Glory both home and away. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. They got new jerseys. I want to try to get those jerseys because they are just absolutely amazing to watch. I still have the old one, the old pink jersey, the first one that I bought from the game. I'll definitely wear those at some point. This is the new one I got for my birthday, which is awesome. But yeah, that's your season preview of the Sharks season. I'm very excited to watch. As you know, rugby should be exciting to watch. Better than baseball, honestly. Baseball's been depressing in South Florida. Still have no idea whether or not if I want to do the Marlins season, but I'll think about it. I might crash out again for all I know. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for this one. This season, I will not crash out. I'll watch every game if I possibly can. All of them are going to be on ESPN Plus now. They used to be on Rugby Network, the app where you can download for free and then you can log in for free. Now they have a multi-year agreement with ESPN to have all the games be broadcast through ESPN Plus and with the occasional ESPN2 national television games. But all of them are going to be on ESPN Plus. And my question is, if I do go to South Florida, are they going to be blacked down? That's where I worry a little bit because I forgot. Because I'm not living down there as of yet. I don't know whether or not if they're in FanDuel Sports. Sometimes they would be on Bally Sports back in the time, but you would still watch it through Rugby Network anyway. And speaking of Rugby Network, you wait till 72 hours, which is stupid. I think it's just stupid. But if you have ESPN Plus, you can definitely tune in. Just type it in, Miami Sharks and stuff like that. That's how you can watch. I think it's good that ESPN Plus has this, but if you don't have the MLR showcase through ESPN app, how are they going to have easy access to watching the games through ESPN Plus? It's better than just typing it in all the time, Anyway, hopefully the Sharks will be recognized as a big league. And I'm surprised even National Lacrosse League, it's not even recognized, not a big enough league. But yet, they sell out most of the games in the season. I mean, you could think, anyway, I'm getting off topic. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it. I'll see you guys on Saturday for a Sharks game between the Sharks and the Old Glory DC. This is Miami TVG. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe for content because Miami TVG has your back. And when he does, he'll be right there with the free entertainment you deserve. This is Miami TVG sign off, folks. Everybody, adios. Have a good one, everybody.